Hey guys, sorry about the long hiatus. I've been busy traveling and doing things with family, so haven't had a chance to upload any new videos of late. But yeah, today is the day. So now this is one of my other cars. This is a Mercedes GLC250d 2016 model. I purchased it secondhand about 6 months ago from a dealership here in Brisbane. And it's a really good car. It had 110,000 kilometers on it when I bought it. Probably put another 10,000 on it since then, and it drives really well. I'm very happy with it. Good fuel economy, very smooth, comfortable driving, acceleration, braking, and whatnot. But when I took it to the dealership for the first service, they told me that the rear brake pads and rotors are pretty much on the way out and they need to be done. Now, they quoted me $1,500 to do the two rear brake pads and rotors, and I thought it was a bit too much. Even though it is a Mercedes, it is a relatively older car. It's not under warranty by the manufacturer, so I thought I'll go ahead, do it myself, and here we are. So the first thing to do before you jack up the car and whatnot is to go inside the car, and you got to set up the electronic parking brake to a degree that it allows you to go and work on the brake. So I'll show you how to do it. We'll go inside the car and play with the computer a bit and get it ready for the job. Okay, so before changing the brake pads, the first thing we need to do is just get in the car and program it so that it moves the parking brake all the way back, so that when you're changing the brake pads, you can push the piston in. To do that, you just get in the car with your key and just make sure your handbrake or the foot brake is off, and just press the start engine button once. Once you've done that, just come down here, press the home button, come down to trip, sit down here, just move it so you get the kilometers. Once you've done that, you got to press the dial button and the OK button at the same time until you get into workshop mode. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Okay, now we're in the workshop mode. So what we needed to do in the last step was press the call button, this one here, press the OK button at the same time. This takes you to the workshop mode, and it's fairly simple. After that, you just sort of scroll down, go down to the brake pad replacement, and then it'll ask you move to fitting position with OK. You need to just press OK, and then it'll just move the car to fitting position. It'll tell you fitting position reached. To exit fitting position, press OK. So we'll just show you how to do that as well. Just press OK, and it just exits the fitting position. Okay, fitting position has been exited. Confirm with OK. Press OK again, and that's it. So you got to do that as the first step. Obviously, don't exit if you're starting to do the brake pads. But once you've done, that's how you exit. Once you've done this step, you move the car to the fitting position, then you go to the back of the car and start working on the tires. Okay, now that we are done, we're going to come back. We're going to attack the left tire first, or the left brakes first. So we're just going to go ahead and find the jack point, which is supposed to be somewhere under here. Okay, here it is. Wasn't too hard to find at all. So this is the jack point for this side. So I just got to jack it up and put a jack stand or two there, and then get it ready for this side. Okay, so we've got the wheel off. Relatively smaller lug nuts on this one, size 17 lug nuts, and there's 5 of them. So just loosen them while the car is on the ground and just jack it up, put the jack stands in, and then just take the nuts out and just put the wheel under the car for safety. Now, before you remove the brake caliper, what I normally tend to do is just go to the front and just lift the hood up. Hang on. I'll need 2 hands for it, so I'll just lift it up and show you what to do next. Okay, so once you got the hood up, you just go in here and just lift this panel up, and you'll see the cap for the brake fluid reservoir. So I normally, when I'm changing the brake pads, I undo that cap, just so any extra pressure while I'm moving the piston back and forth, you just let it sort of air out. So just gonna unscrew that, leave the cap on the side, and then you just go back and go on to your removing your brake caliper. The next step is to remove the brake calipers, and to do that you've got to remove these two rubber sort of caps from where the guide pin sits. So there's one at the top and then there's one at the bottom. So you just got to take out these rubber caps so you can get access to the pin underneath, which you can access, I believe, through an Allen key. So we'll just put them on the side, get the Allen key in, and then unscrew it so you can open up the caliper. Okay, so this is the sort of setup that I needed to use to take out these two pins. So these are the two gliding pins that one's gone walkabout. So they are two gliding pins that hold the caliper in place. Once you've got them off, then you can undo the caliper. Okay, so remove the brake caliper. So as you can see, this pad looks pretty worn. I'll take it out and compare it to the other ones, the new ones. But yeah, the next step now is to a couple of 18mm bolts at the back. Don't know if you can see them. This one here at the top and there's one there at the bottom. So you got to undo them. So you can take out this assembly and then you can take the rotor out. You just got to unscrew that screw there. Then you should be able to take the rotor out. So we'll just go and remove those big bolts first and then go from there. Okay, so once you remove those two big bolts, they're sitting there, the 18mm bolts. This assembly comes off, and then you just need to remove this little screw here that was sitting up here, in this little hole here, and then the rotor comes off. So now you got the pads off, the rotor off. You just got to clean it up, tidy it up a little bit, and then just put the new rotor and then the new pads on. You can also choose to replace your brakes pad sensor at this stage. So I normally use this product, Bendix brake cleaner product. Just spray all of this area liberally and just use some hand towels to just sort of clean it all up. And then once you're done, get your new rotor out. These are Bosch brand rotors. They're pretty good. And then just put it on there. Find the little screw. Put it in. Okay, so we put the disc back on, put that screw on, put that assembly back on with the two 18mm bolts, tighten them up. They're supposed to be tightened to 60 Newton meters. And now we're just going to put the new brake pads on. So if you can see, these are the old ones on the left, and then these are the new ones. So see the difference. So we'll just go ahead, put these on, put a bit of lubrication on the contact points, and go from there. Okay, so I've just put the two new brake pads on, put the brake wear sensor on, and just put a bit of lubricant on the piston and the two attachments. Obviously, to push the piston back, you need a tool like this. And then yeah, it's just pretty much a matter of just putting the brake caliper back in place and putting those two pins on. So we'll just go ahead and do that next. That's pretty much done. Excuse me, the brake pads are in place, the caliper's back in, this little plate that goes on here has been put back in. New rotor, new pads, cleaned, lubricated, everything. I can just put the wheel back on and then we'll go in and exit the setup on the computer. Okay, so once you're all done, you just got to go back into the workshop mode like we did before and exit the parking position. So we'll just go ahead and put back in that mode. Once you've done that, it'll show you the fitting position has been exited. You just confirm with OK, which is here, and that's it. And then it takes you out of it. So that's it. That's how to replace the brake pads and the rotors on your Mercedes Benz GLC250 2016 model for me. Hope you liked the video, and if you did, please hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.